Hi, I'm Anita Martin.
And I'm Shannon Foster.
And we're Martin and Foster.
Today, Anita, I would like us to talk about the future of HR and leadership and, what new HR managers and leaders can look for in today's workplace. What advice you got?
Well, I can tell you, put your roller skates on because the landscape of HR is changing so fast. Of course, we all know that AI is changing the face of our world, not just HR, but it has been super impactful in HR. But the things that I think were important, the lessons I learned years and years ago, I think are still very important today. And, part of that was when I started off in HR, I started off in an HR office of one. So what was really cool about that was I got to learn payroll, I got to learn benefits, I got to learn, recruiting. And you learn all the different aspects of HR because you have to do it all. And it sounds, insurmountable, but it's not.
We still have teams of one out there in the workplace now.
We do. And, if you're an organization with, 100, 200, maybe even, 250 employees, an HR office of one is still very prevalent out there. And the one thing about that is you get to see all the different areas of HR. Even as a director of HR in an office of one, you get to go out and you get to take your benefits out to bid. You get to design benefit programs. You get to design your talent recruiting program. You do payroll. Learning payroll is one of the most important aspects of HR I learned because it's something that only about 50% of HR departments actually have payroll because payroll is sometimes in accounting. But it was so important to me because it's a critical skill that was required out there. And it was something that I had expertise in because I had done it for so many years. Once you've done all these, then you can start to figure out if you want to specialize. Do you want to become a director of talent development? Do you want to become a director of payroll? Do you want to become a director of benefits? Then you can start to specialize in an area. And when you specialize in an area, that's kind of cool because you're the go-to person. And you get to be an expert in your field. And when you're an expert in your field, people call on you to do speaking engagements and things like that, and that's kind of fun when you can grow into the industry. But starting off in your career, being able to touch all those different areas and test them out and try them, it's really fun. It's exciting, but I think it also helps you decide maybe a direction you want to go in the future as you grow into your mid-career and late-career.
Yeah, and HR is changing. AI, I'm deep into learning AI. I'm getting certified in various different aspects of AI, and AI already has started to change the HR workforce with ISMs and the different ways that resumes get scrubbed. And nowadays, anybody can get AI to write their resume and have it look fantastic. Yeah. And we as HR professionals are going to have to know how to weed through that because they're going to pass. They're going to pass now and they're going to get through to get the call for the interview. And then it's going to be up to us to figure out how do we navigate that, knowing that this is probably been finessed by an artificial intelligence. So there's a lot of things in AI that are changing, but there's also a lot of benefits to AI in HR and the things that we can do differently now that we have this tool. And it is a tool. It's never going to replace us. Yeah. AI doesn't have emotion, and HR is all about emotional intelligence and actually having feelings and dealing with the people and relating to them and handling employee relations and all those things. So HR is really evolving and changing, and there's some great opportunity for young HR professionals out there who are just getting into things and just figuring out what HR is all about. But What
It
do you
is, and I think the important part, especially if you're just getting into HR, don't assume that AI is gonna take the place of positions that maybe you would have thought about going into, entry level HR positions, HR generalists, that type of thing. It's not going to take the place of that. What it's going to do, it's going to aid those individuals in being more productive in things that matter versus doing some of the menial tasks and the daily things that would take up a lot of time in HR before. It can come in and it can automate a lot of that, but then that allows you to elevate your skill and do things that are much more important, project work and that type of thing. So
Yeah, AI is going to help us to evolve to be more productive. It's not going to take the jobs away.
exactly.
It's going to help us do the jobs better if we use it right.
And the other thing, just getting into the HR area, one of the things I always say is make sure to join your local SHRM chapter, because that's when you get together with other HR professionals on a monthly basis. There's topical programs. You learn about all sorts of things. I mean, everything from how to do safety meetings to what are some of the topics
The
that
law,
we talk about?
annual laws.
Actually, that's twice a year. We do the legal law update, but you'll learn all about doing workplace investigations. There's so many topics that you learn through going to the SHRM meetings. Find your local chapter, get involved, and make sure that you're spending time around other professionals, because the more you spend time around those professionals, you're going to understand more about the field. Maybe it'll really spark your interest in an area that you want to move into, grow into, and really push your career forward.
Right. And something that you new HR professionals can do as well is look for our LinkedIn post, and we're going to actually start having a newsletter and maybe even some go lives, but we're going to have a session called Ask Dr. Anita, where you can ask Anita Martin questions about HR that maybe you want to know more information. We're going to offer that to you here at Martin and Foster. So look for our newsletter and our lives with Ask Dr. Anita, and hopefully she can answer any questions that you have. And of course, I'm always available as well. I specialize in the learning and development aspect, so reach out if you have questions. We have answers. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day. Thanks.